Okay, this may come as a small surprise to many of you. Donald Trump's economy is apparently struggling. Today's weak job numbers report shows only 22,000 jobs were added in August. That's well below the expected 75,000 jobs. The unemployment rate also ticked up to 4.3%, the highest it's been in nearly 4 years. Now, none of this is good news for the president, who was already facing pretty steep backlash for his economic policies. Quinnipiac's latest poll shows 57% of Americans don't approve of Trump's handling of the economy. Let's talk about it. Joining us now, Daniel Kof, former chief of staff for the Department of Labor and host of the People's Cabinet. I love that name. It's a podcast, folks. Check it out. And Basil Smikle, Democratic strategist and MSNBC political analyst. He's also with us. Basil's always a pleasure. Good to see you, bro.
Okay, these numbers, specifically, let's look at unemployment. The August unemployment breakdown. We got a graphic. We'll put it up on the screen. The numbers on the left are what the unemployment rate was in 2024. For white men, 3.4, now it's 3.5. White women, 3.8, now 3.7. Black men, 5.8, now 7%. Black women, 6.3 a year ago, now 7.8%. Dan, this is an example of where I think the numbers line up with people's lived reality. And I think that these numbers tell the story that folks are living every single day in this economy. In this economy, if you don't got a job, it's hard to get a job. And if you got a job, you need to keep your job, because it's not easy to get another one.
100%. And taking a step back, I remember when I was trying to lose weight and when the numbers didn't show what I wanted, I blamed the scale and not me. When I knew I shouldn't have eaten that piece of cake. This is exactly what Donald Trump did by firing the previous BLS commissioner. He had a new commissioner in place, and you know what? The numbers were worse. And it shows the reality. I used to oversee the BLS at the Department of Labor. There are thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of data points that put together this jobs report. Erica McIntyre is vindicated by these numbers, and it shows that Donald Trump's policies are bad for America.
Well, and it also shows, to your point, Dan, that Donald Trump doesn't like the numbers. When he doesn't like the numbers, he talks about how the numbers aren't real. When the real numbers come, then you'll really understand what's happening with the economy. I want you to take a listen, both you and Basil, to something the president said last night and then Lutnick said this morning.
The real numbers that I'm talking about are going to be whatever it is, but will be in a year from now when these monstrous, huge, beautiful places, they're palaces of genius. And when they start opening up, you're seeing, I think you'll see job numbers that are going to be absolutely incredible.
The Donald Trump economy, the explosive power of his tariff policy, his plants being built in America, to come home and build advanced manufacturing in America. When that comes starting 6 months from today to a year from today, you're just going to be impressed.
You're going to be impressed. My favorite part of that, actually, Basil, is he's like, you're going to invite me back on this program, and you're going to tell me how right I was and how wrong you were. I think if they should have learned one thing from Biden's time in the White House, it's that you can't tell people that their lived experience of the economy is not the truth.
Well, that's why when Daniel made the point about losing weight, I laughed, because I lost weight too, but I always blame the scale. And that is what Donald Trump is actually going to do, right? It's the misdirect, right? He's never going to take blame. He's never going to, actually take responsibility for the policies he created to get us to this place. He's not going to ever talk about the 300,000 black women that have lost their jobs and why. What he will do is point to someone and somewhere else. And the hope for him and some of the leadership and Republicans is that misdirect is going to be able to last through the midterms, through the next election.